anyone who wants more in life, in terms, I call it the 4 stages or 4 phases of what I call a freedom lifestyle, which is having more time, more energy, happier relationships, and more money. When you have those 4 things, time, energy, relationships, and money, you have what I call a freedom lifestyle. So whatever that looks like for you. We also want to say, I would like to say this, that a lot of people come to me after they've spent tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars on lots of other programs out there. The gurus go to all the different self-help programs and things like that. And then they're still kind of stuck. And then people come to me, they hear about me like on a show like this or read about me somewhere. And then, they start working with me, or they bring me in to speak or train, work with their people or just for themselves. And then they start to double or triple their income. We have a lot of amazing success stories of people who thought they tried everything else, and then they come to me and they realize what was missing in those other approaches. And that's actually why I started my business back in 1997. So over 2 decades now that we've been able to help people literally in over 120 countries. I heard about that program at a very low point in my life when I had been studying a lot of success literature, but really not seeing any success. And so I found that book. It was actually wandering in my church bookstore one day. Oh, look at that. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I never heard of that, but the title sounded interesting. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to know that. So I listened to it in my car. This was in the 90s. So it was an audio tape. For those of you who don't know what that is, you'll just have to Google that. But anyway, I listened to it over and over again, and tears were rolling down my face. I'm like, oh my gosh, it just really affected me very, very powerfully. I actually had the opportunity to interview Dr. Stephen Covey, of course, the author of 7 Habits. And he was just an amazing man, a wonderful man, which, of course, we lost him too soon. But he said something to me, Benton, that I never forgot, because I asked him, at that time, it was before any of these books. I've written all these books that are here, and these are some of my books in other languages and things like that. But this was long before any of that. I just wanted to be like him, like Dr. Covey, and, wanted to be an author and a speaker. I was just dreaming about it at the time. And I said, Dr. Covey, how do you handle it when people just, worship you and say that you're all these great things? How do you handle that? He said something I never forgot. And he said, Noah, I want people to leave my seminars or my workshops or anything that I do more impressed with themselves than with me. And I thought that was very powerful. And it's so ironic, of course, because today in the guru space, it's exactly the opposite. So they literally are doing the exact opposite of what Dr. Covey said to me and, what he did with his life. So, I'm trying to do that, I guess, in my own little way to I guess, take that mantle, if you will, and take the torch that he didn't necessarily pass to me, but I guess I kind of grabbed it because he was such an influence on me. And so I do try to do that and not make it about, look how cool I am, because it doesn't really matter. To me, it's more about, have you helped other people? Are you making a difference for others?